Okay,
There you go.
stopping.
It's
And I
its own
started again. Okay, good. So just send this over to Taryn because this is like out of game mechanical stuff that I want everyone to know. So the quote unquote West Marches thing. To those of you who are unfamiliar with the West Marches, I mean, this isn't really a full West Marches. West Marches is a style of play in which it's sort of like a venture league, where it's like a GM, not necessarily the same GM, is playing in the same world, and then players who are available to play and have a character to play can just sign up onto times or days or whatever they're available with whichever GM is available and play. And then that session, the contents of the session get recorded down somewhere, and everyone gets made aware of it. And then you rinse and repeat, and then the world just progresses, whether or not people do or don't adventure in it. The end. Obviously, this isn't the full case here, because I'm the GM, and like there's only 5 of you, so therefore it's like, yeah. But how it's going to work is, in essence, similar to West Marches, is I will just post out times, dates, because I'm going to be missing on some Saturdays. Like November 2nd and 3rd, I'm out. I'm going to be working at BlizzCon, so fuck yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
I used to work in the depths of it in the store, and boy howdy, customers are vicious. Anyways, yeah. First day is
apart for a t-shirt.
First day is hell because it's a day that only the store is open, so everyone comes down to do their shit. The second day is fine. The third day is fine. The last day is absolute fucking hell because shit is usually running out, and it is actually a thing of the 2-3 years I've worked there in the stores in the depths is that we actually will steal from other stores to get our shit done, because each store is broken down into like aisles, and then each aisle has its own independent supply of certain materials or certain goods. So if you're out of goods in your store, you go next door.
I mean, yeah, okay, that's
lots of running, lots of stuff. Good times. There was a time my friend found like the first print edition of the Sombra poster that came out for that BlizzCon, and then we hid it with the intent that we were going to buy it, and then some guy stole it from us, and we stole it back and put it in the stash station.
Nice.
And my friend has that #1 first of 500 print of the Sombra poster.
That is really fucking cool.
Yep. This year, though, I'm not working the store because it sort of sucks. It's fun, but it sucks.
Hell on earth, but hey.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, I don't know. Remember, it's the 3rd or the 2nd. I think it's the 3rd. That's a Saturday. I just won't be available to play. But on the bright side of this West Marches system is that we can Tuesdays or Thursdays if I'm feeling better, because some days I like having Tuesdays and Thursdays off to crying, but
to just have a small mental breakdown, just a small one.
I told my bosses this, all my bosses, anyone that's even slightly above me, that I can work multiple days as long as I get days in between to recharge my patience for their customers.
Yeah,
it's fucking accurate.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I had times in the summer where I worked 5 days in a row, and I was like, don't put me on cashier. If you do, I might actually like cause us to like lose people. And they're just like, fair.
So, yeah, I might actually kill someone. Actually, fair.
Yeah. So yeah, but some Tuesdays, some Thursdays we might be available to play. I'll just make it, I'll put out the posting, and then this is something that some West Marches do, not all. Is that for West Marches, like people have rumors they want to investigate, like, oh, I heard off to the north that there's a walking tree whose heart is made of gold. I would like to get a team to investigate that. Yeah, obviously you guys aren't in a similar status. But that being said, I do want whoever is joining, one of the people joining, to post a goal, or multiple people, post a goal that they're trying to do for this endeavor. And then obviously there was a case of time dilation and stuff like that. I'll just try to keep tabs on that. So
we're talking main cast, side characters?
Main cast. So this is your time here in Sevlis.
Yeah, it's
I think I would look at it as like a way, like, hey, this is how we're gaining favor with these people. Like, hey,
yeah, exactly. That's another thing. That's what I was going to bring up next. Actually, sync. Yeah, this is a way for you guys to curry favor with the Seekers or the Slayers, or put yourselves on their shit list, or meet people around town.
Weapon.
Finish Marshall's weapon, yeah. So if there's stuff you want to do, and like if your character isn't there and you want to like sort of have them progress like time, like chronologically, because obviously if one character is just Sema isn't there, like it's not like they're just sitting on their ass in the safe house just doing nothing. If there's something that you as players want your character to be doing during that time, this is more training time. And
As
now
long
they
as
have
your
the-
trainer isn't on a stealth mission to another town.
Well, the thing is, like, like I will, if I remember and have the motivation to, which I will definitely have because I had homework stacked from Friday to tomorrow, but I did it all, so I'm finally free.
Bravo.
But yeah, that's why I've been MIA for like past week because I'm crying. So I will construct a loose time schedule for when people are getting sent out to do shit. Connor doing investigative like alchemy on the pathogen is something that is there. Watch Team Adversary doing assorted shit is there. The Spy Master isn't going to hang around with you guys. Duncan meeting a Seeker or Slayer representative in place of the Spy Master is something that he might be doing. Ariana might accompany him, or Ariana could teach you guys holy shit. I don't fucking know. She can teach you stuff. And then obviously when Duncan's not doing shit, he can teach you stuff as being a very capable Royal Guard Lord Commander. Same for Pavel as a lieutenant.
Oh man, so many choices.
Yeah, there's a plethora of shit.
So, like,
Wait,
make a list of options, maybe, for
I have
ourselves.
some things in mind that I'm interested in. So yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
I am sorry for not responding to your question.
No stress. I hear you've been busy.
Yeah, I've been crying.
Aw.
Don't worry about it. Take whatever time.
Hey,
you need.
if it makes you feel better, I finished my statistics and got a B.
Hey,
not
not
too
bad.
easy. Let me get that easy clap.
It was not easy at all. It was so much.
Painful clap.
I'll never take another.
Suffering.
We'll never take another online math class.
Oh, it was
Otherwise-
online. Oh, that
Oh,
was a
yeah.
bad idea.
It's so painful. You like don't learn anything. They're like, all right,
Nope.
here you go, do it. I'm like, wait, but I don't know how to do that. Sucks.
Yeah, like, I learned programming from an online class.
Why?
Oh,
Because I had to take it to get into school.
God, that's
rough.
horrible. Do you want this question that you asked me, Fred, to be private or
Which one did I ask?
Answer it out loud.
the latest question? The latest question.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
Only
Only
give us the answer, not the question.
No, I asked if it would be possible to learn how to focus a spell such as mending when you're dealing with a large object like a wall, a small crack in it, to focus a small area of effect. Because you can't obviously mend the whole wall, but can you mend a crack in a wall?
Yeah, like
Or
what you were
learn how to
trying to
do that.
do previously with the tree, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be something that you would have to get trained. I don't know who would train you on this. To be perfectly honest with you, though.
John.
Okay, John. Okay, yeah, John is also on the list.
Is he still here or did he
Master-
take off?
He said he had shit to do in Sevlis. He's running errands this whole time.
That's bullshit. He's just watching and just see, like, okay, how are they gonna fuck up this week?
Maybe. But
I have
that being
some
said,
thoughts. I'll run
the
by you
Seekers and
later.
Slayers also have mages. So
Fascinating.
more people.
I just don't know. I think Kira's gonna go back to the bar. If
I mean, if that's what you want, yeah. Like you don't have to do anything immensely like.
That's a bomb.
Shifting.
Oh, that could be actual cooking proficiency.
Neat.
Oh no, there's shit for Karis. Karis has gotten their ability, their solo character ability, so don't worry about. So, I will say, for the sake of clarity and transparency, I'm thinking of giving Aldrich another ability in relations to the Vengeance Nat 20.
Yeah, the blessing of a god to fuck shit up.
I'll give the choice. I'll give the choice to you, Fred. Do you want this? These are my two avenues of thought. Right. You can either have. I guess they're sort of the same thing, isn't it? Well, I'll tell them to you, and you can figure out if they're similar or different. You can have an
Okay.
ability related to vengeance. I don't know what that ability would be, to be perfectly honest with you, but something related to vengeance about people that may have wronged you and I don't know, gaining intimidation against them. I don't know, something. Or because Mad Sucker Sylvia is also a goddess of surprise, surprise, and hunters it's like like the wild hunt. Hunters join together and hunt together. You could have a, for lack of a better term, spirit of vengeance. Join.
Ghost. Right.
You get the contact number of.
Fucking get Ghost Rider on speed dial, homie.
It's up to Fred, not to you. And
I
it will be something that this spirit of vengeance isn't like Vanadis or something. They're not watching over your shoulder, ever present. They're not like the Way Shaper where he'll intervene and request things of you or whatever. It is straight up like you have their email address, phone number, and can call upon them in times of hunting need.
And it won't be like the times where you message them and they're in like a different time zone and they take like 3 hours to get back to you.
This is a dedicated spirit of vengeance and hunting. So it's not like contacting Vincent the Winter Knight and he'll be doing shit. And he'll be like, oh yeah, I'll come if I'm not busy. No. The spirit of vengeance will be there for you upon your request.
Oh yeah, you could
They'll
totally
always be there for you.
you could use the invisible stalker.
I wasn't thinking like a creature that you can, although it could do that. There's a lot of things I was thinking, yeah. But there's also things of like, it will help you hunting. I've had, this is a fun story for another character of mine back in West Marches game, funny enough. He was haunted by 2 spectral leopards that only he can see.
Ooh.
And he was cursed because he killed his teacher. And the curse was, one day, one or both of these leopards will kill you. One day. And he just gets to travel with them for eternity. And there you go. And then I'm like, okay, can I have them help me with stuff? And my GM's like, yeah, sure. Don't get too cozy with them. They're out there to kill you. I'm like, yeah. So it's not necessarily the spirit of vengeance going to kill you, but they might be a creature that not haunts you, but is there with you and can help you do stuff. Scouting, hunting, I don't know. Might be an actual creature you can summon, I don't know. So just, you want to pick an owl, but just, keep those in mind.
Could you write them down for me?
Yeah, sure. I'll put ability related to delivering vengeance, or exploiting retribution, or being blessed. I'm at Dr. Sylvia, and having a spirit of vengeance. How do I spell vengeance? Bound to you. Yeah. Ah. 0. Feels bad.
Okay, cool.
Garth, we already talked about Chadamir's ability.
Yeah.
Yep. And for Marshall, the most prominent idea for me, the fight at the Wayward Guard outpost, the last one. I was thinking of giving Marshall the ability to rally others to spur them into action. So basically, as a part of your turn, you can cause other people to do stuff in conjunction and unison as you. So you could inspire others to start attacking stuff around them, even though it's not their turn, have any negative effects on them, stuff like that.
Isn't that kind of a Battlemaster thing? Or at least roughly?
It's the Battlemaster thing is like helping other people do stuff, but not driving them.
There's Commander Strike, where you give up one of your attacks and a bonus action to let someone else get an attack.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like basically giving another person another turn.
Yeah.
A setup strike, so to speak. Obviously, that's the most prominent one for me.
Whatever.
Fucking ass. Yeah. Something related to head taker is also nice. Headsman. Executioner. That might be interesting. Ooh, that's a fun idea. Ooh. I'm gonna write that down. That's a fun idea. Oh yeah, just so you guys are aware, Scorpius, as he's referred to, does have a dossier in my notes from the Special Watches perspective.
What is a dossier?
It's like a
Of-
portfolio,
Yeah.
a document
A
regarding
file.
information about a person.
Collection of information.
So yeah,
It's
well,
a
I was
resume of death.
I literally read the entire thing to you. Original name unknown, origin never, stuff like that.
Imagine those brown documents in the spy movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I have free time, I have so many ideas. How thing. I was gonna do all my homework fucking on Sunday.
But now you're free.
No,
Ish.
no, I was going to do it on Sunday, but then the guy that was supposed to take my shift, like relieve me from my shift, showed up like 2 hours late.
Oh.
And a lot of calls had to get made, and then got put in the group chat like, yeah, Jeff is gonna stay here until whoever the 6 p.m. person or someone else comes here. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna be here. I was supposed to be at home with food in my belly 2 hours ago and work on my homework right now, but
Guess I'll just eat a bag of dicks for dinner.
yeah, I just gotta be here. So yeah, I would have been done a lot earlier with my homework, but I got dicked.
We're the Blue Town, right?
Yeah, Blue Town.
Okay.
And the spires themselves sort of form the tip point border of Sofall, Twins, and Heartlands there. So yeah. Man, you guys are almost to the south.
Now we gotta go east to go south.
Something like that. But
Damn.
we have as many of these West March one-shot sessions until we can get everyone back again.
Yeah, I think they're super.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
am I doing anything this Saturday? Wait, what day is this Saturday? I am doing something this Saturday, but I think it's at like fucking midnight, so it might be fun. We might have a session on Saturday. Thursday, I am definitely taking off because I need to fucking cry more. And yeah, so probably the first of these sessions will be Saturday. I imagine all of you can make it.
Minus
This
Saint,
Saturday?
This Saturday, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm working actually.
Okay, so 3 of you can make it. All right, well, it's a good start to
Perfect.
the one-shot system then.
Hold up. This Saturday.
So
I
it'll
think
be
you're
the
going German.
the side job system, so to speak, side quest system.
Yeah. I mean, I'm working until half an hour before our usual game starts, so I'd be by then.
it's up to you. This is also a time where it's like if you don't want, if you're
Yeah,
feeling tired.
It's kind of still not sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
If there's a time for us to be like, if you aren't feeling it, then you don't have to. Then it's definitely now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna take a break, I think.
Yeah, no
I
pressure.
may be able to. I have to check some stuff. The thing I just pasted there, Crash, is something I've been eyeballing for a while. Obviously, not in the form it's written there. It would have to be some sort of variant or some such.
Nah, just copy paste. Do that.
When have I ever done ever? The only time I have even potentially fights you guys had with the trolls and the wolves.
Yeah, yeah.
And the troll you guys fucking wrecked. And then the wolves
Decent.
somehow wrecked you guys. I don't know.
It's
How?
the natural balance of the universe. It's like they gotta win one massively, they gotta lose one almost as bad.
Then we had the Raiders, which you guys obviously won handedly, but you know, I like to think they were pretty interesting.
Yeah,
You
it
guys
was fun.
got an entire dungeon in Jesus Christ. So I don't want
Yeah, that
dungeons anymore.
It's better we dodged it because it would have been fucking 2 of us versus a dungeon.
I bring like I have like only graphing paper, and that's like my GM book. But the class I had needed graphs, like a bunch of graphs. So I was like, oh, I'll bust out the graphing thing, whatever. And I opened up the first page, and the first page is that fucking. And I'm like, yes, I remember this, and it.
And sadness. If you
And you
haven't
just
done-
turned really mad for a second there. Yes,
Let's see.
place. I
No,
remember.
the feature you put, Fred, I might take parts of it. Because the thing is, as a spirit of vengeance, it's not just going to sit there idle. It will want to either inspire you to
figured.
fucking kill shit or
Kill shit.
so.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, it would have to be modified, but I like the flavor of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Change
No,
the.
I just realized this is the Falconeer glove you guys got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so we gotta break away from some.
I was
Oh yeah,
thinking
by the way, Chedamere,
something else
I
in terms
really
of
want
form.
the Falcon glove.
Okay, first off, you said Chedamere. Finally, it is complete. I am known as Chedamere. And secondly, you don't know that
how
glove.
Aldrich's been feeling.
It's Elvish. I want it. I'm the Elven one here, so.
Chedamere knows Elvish.
I am Elven!
Ah!
All of you are Elvish. There's no Elvish at this fucking point.
Nope.
No, but
Okay,
I
Marshall,
am
okay.
Elven. It's not about knowing it.
Yeah,
My
cool.
mom is an elf.
Well, you shouldn't have ditched us. You might have gotten the glove.
I'm just saying, I will get it.
I'm just
It's not
saying.
you need to be Elvish in order Elven to use it. It's your
Yeah.
word.
You do.
No, you don't.
First of all. And second of all, you do.
As the literal creator and user of.
You do because it's otherwise it's just not cool.
It's just cultural appropriation.
I was gonna go for that word, but I just can't pronounce it.
I did it for
Yes.
I don't think that's gonna happen, Fred. Maybe for Marshall, but I don't think.
Isn't
you. I still desperately want to know what the fuck is going on in the other
I
country.
don't think that'll be thematically appropriate.
I don't think so either.
It would be
But would it be
very
cool?
intriguing, however. I'm thinking the spirit I'm gonna give you might be Egyptian inspired. Like, you know, the gods of Egypt are like
Make it a
part
Anubis.
animal, like Ra.
Oh yeah.
Is
Oh,
like
shit.
bird head. Maybe something like that. I'm thinking. Because I don't know if you know, but Egyptian gods are very fucking vengeful.
Oh fuck.
I mean,
What-
all gods are. But...
Okay, real quick side note. What are the monsters that come from Canada? If you eat someone, you turn into a horrifying monster.
Wendigo?
Thank you.
Wendigo.
Drop bear. Not a drop bear. Drop bears are
That's
fucking hilarious.
definitely Australian.
Oh, hey, you careful the drop bears down there. They might drop get you.
Drop bears.
Yeah, it's like a koala, but it drops on people and like cause them to death. That's literally their entire myth.
Amazing.
They're just evil koalas.
I mean, they're not a myth, right? They're real koalas.
Oh yeah. They're drop bears exist. Yep.
I'm just gonna
No,
drop
but-
this.
So- Probably someone
So-
with koalaphobia.
You're mentioning Egyptian spirit things, and I'm just like, ooh, you might like this.
Oh look, Anubis.
Anubis. But it's like a
I
Wendigo
think it's
Anubis
the
thing.
Egyptian god of vengeance is Khonshu.
I don't remember all my. Oh, I spelled it right. Oh my god.
I mean, you're several, technically.
Khonshu is the Egyptian god of the moon.
Horus, god of vengeance.
Horus.
Horus is something.
Oh wait, yeah, so that's right,
Something
Horus.
Are you sure? Huh. Because I'm pretty sure Khonshu was the one who gave Moon Knight his powers. And his was vengeance. It could be both. It could be multiple.
Wow, bringing up that old nerd lore. Good job.
Old nerd lore, aka
Because for some
history.
reason,
The classic.
I also
gods.
thought Bastet was a goddess of vengeance.
Look, there's probably lots of gods of fucking vengeance in just general Egyptian lore because very vengeful.
Yeah, because I thought Bastet was created alongside on her to be the Huntress and to be basically
Wasn't the set
the assassin of Ra.
Heart Devourer?
Set's a little piece of trash, is what he is.
A Bastet.
A
God of
poopy
warfare.
man.
But yeah, that's the inspiration I'm thinking. Because Matsuri Silva is also a god of like, beasts. So, might as well get someone that's both.
Why does this say mutt? It's supposed to be.
I don't know, man. Let's Google.
Also, Amon Ra is Ra. Just it's a combined deity.
Like, we don't
List of
claim
trash.
Google is the best, okay? But it is a fact. So there's something on that. We already talked about Shemirs. I have no clue at this point. I have so many ideas for Seema that I have no ideas.
So I actually had an idea that concerns Seema, and it's kind of interesting.
Like an ability sense, or like a.
She flips her actual dog, and it gives her instant success.
No,
if she flips a dog in real life, I'll be dog that didn't ask to be flipped, and it is now but a tool in our game. That is not what a dog is. Dog love. And the hearts of your enemies.
Teach a dog do better.
It's something that goes back. Remember how I asked, like, how do you create magic items?
Yes, and I had that fun spiel.
Well,
I
think
fucking glorious.
My pathetic creation.
I think we can create one given the tools we have for Seema.
What would it would depend on magic item. What does it do?
A luck blade.
Oh.
We have the spindle
They're
gems,
pretty powerful.
which function as a form of a wish. We have our coin, which is the luck portion of it, and we have our sword. Or we could just make her a new one. And I think if we put those things together, we can make her a luck blade.
That is some
The luck
solid
blade-
fucking reasoning.
A luck blade is an actual item.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
I
pretty
was about to say,
dope.
like, I was about to say, like, I don't, like, I feel like I definitely know this.
Yeah, like blade is pretty dope. Gives you advantage, I believe, in every roll.
I think in the campaign I used to run, I gave them like a toned down version.
Yeah, it
Well,
gives
the thing
wish.
is, you can.
That's the part that I toned down.
Well, so it only gives a limited number of charges, and we have the Way Shaper spindles, which function like a form of wish.
I can tell you right now that they don't.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna hop
you
off.
see what he did to me,
Okay,
Vez.
later, Fred.
I mean, in technicality, if you use a, what would have happened? But
What?
in term, yeah, if you cast the wish spell and said what you said, wish.
I think the stones don't really have the power. It's just they're like a representation of a favor, basically, right?
I
Something
mean,
like that.
Okay.
They are within his capability and care, so it's not a full wish. As he's like, he could have transported Karis to the Heartland. Karis might have been turned inside out at the exit, but you know he could have done it. He didn't do it because there's shit. He needs you guys to do shit. So
that's kind of my point, though.
What is what?
I said that's kind of my point, though. Like, wishes are super wishy-washy and subjective.
Huh.
But I don't know. It's up to you to decide, Crash. But
Make it a luck blade with a monkey's paw.
I don't think it would. I think we might assign it something else because here's the thing. Like, how to say this? It's the gem isn't the thing that gives you the wish.
Yeah, it's the wish.
It's just a literal magic viewing port. Like in the same way, the mirror from House of Dungeon it doesn't give you wishes; it just lets you look through shit in a different way. Yeah, same deal here. So it's not. I don't think I would work that way unless you request it unto the Way Shaper.
yeah, I mean, basically. So what I'm thinking ultimately here is that could be her weapon and how she can eventually kill Scorpius with it. Because we know we need another void entity of sorts to help with it, because that might be our best bet.
Not
And
need,
having
but
that
it's
sort of having that favor from him in order to say, hey, we killed him, make him stay dead.
I will not give any comment on the situation. I'll leave that for Nikolai. If he's the belligerent child he is, which he is.
Wunderbar.
Anyway, that's my thought.
I think I'm going to sleep.
Bye.
Alright.
Good night.
Night. Man, this feels weird. We're finished and it's not even fucking 3 o'clock here
I
yet.
know,
It's
right?
trippy. It is also a fucking Tuesday, so.
Cigar, do you got any ideas for what you want to do?
I'm literally writing a list.
Fun thing. I made a fun revelation the other day while I was driving home because that's when all my best ideas are for some reason.
Feel it. I feel it.
I think I might have just laid a very immensely concrete detail for the the grand move system, which is that fun thing I'm working on and haven't had a chance to fucking work on.
So bitch. The one where we got slightly magic powers and Fred combined two things.
No.
Oh, something else. Cool. By the way, just to let you know, in the recording, I have had just like the picture of the Spy Master up. So if you ever lose it again, it's in that video. Oh wait, can I do this to get an even bigger one? Yeah. Zoop.
Hey, that being said, if you need an idea for a one-shot, I thought up something really cool.
Do they have cat's eyes?
Maybe.
Wait a second, they're not holding cats, their arm is cats.
Oh. Isn't that fun?
That's fucking weird.
Who could have missed that deep?
You missed nothing. Oops. That's my background. Oh, I can add that to that list.
So my rough idea is statistically accurate. Plus. Yeah, okay, yeah, 66. That makes sense. Wait. But yeah.
Is Mira just, like, JC in disguise, or are they actually, like, a thing, a person?
What'd you like to know?
I knew it was either that, or you were just gonna nonchalantly say, Yeah, there you
go. From an out-of-game perspective, Mira is a separate, like, being. Yeah.
A separate being?
They're not JC.
Okay, cool.
There.
I'm very stupid and need very clear clarification at times. And I haven't had a lot of coffee today, so... Bugger.
I'm retarded. I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to this, but I'm just double-checking because I have crippling self-doubt. When I had you guys make characters, it's a 4d6 drop the lowest.
Yes.
Yep. 46 drops the lowest three-way triangle.
It is a d6. Gotcha.
Nah. Did you think it was
no,
like
it's a
D8?
D8, man. Let's all reroll.
No, they're D12s.
I don't know why. Because I'm trying to... For this grand moves mechanics system I'm trying to do, like, I have, like, literally everything figured out except the chin. Because, like, how do you determine how effective a faction is? And without, like, this is something Stars Without Number does, and I don't like it. Like, Stars Without Number has a system like this, where you just arbitrarily decide, is this faction small, medium, or large? Well, I don't know. It's like there's like a lot of shit that defines bigs and capability and shit like that. Something can be really small and so can take out a big one. I don't fucking know. So yeah, that's like the only thing I'm hinging on. But as it is right now, the actual rolling mechanics of it will use both. Let's see, a D100 and then a D20. A D100 for grand scale operations that are big, and then a D20 for the individual moves, so to speak, of small scale operations.
Mm-hmm.
And then
what's that game?
Let's see.
That Matt Colville that you're getting that
Strong.
from. Yeah,
Strongholds and Followers, which should fucking arrive sometime soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm also saving some. Curious as to what he did for the solution. But there are other things I'm pretty sure I'll automatically find bad. Not bad, but be uncontent with. The highest a stat can be in is it 30, right? Yeah. Or it's not 40, right?
Highest a stat could be like an attribute.
Yeah. Like not
20.
for a character, not
It's
for
30.
character, like for like anything.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it. I don't know that it caps though. I think 30 is the highest I've seen.
I believe it's 30.
Okay. So this changes my entire notion. So
D&D 5e, because Tarrasque is gonna have the highest like fucking singular stat, I believe. So yeah, their highest
Maybe.
one is 30, and if the Tarrasque doesn't get higher, then I don't know what the fuck would.
Okay. So, my logic would be that an organization has 3 stats, and then they could specialize in one stat to bring it up to increase the maximum for it. So, like, if we took the special watch, for example, the special watch isn't a good example for us because they're meant to be versatile. Let's take the okay. Let's take the military faction in the hill then. Let's take the Outriders, so for example. There's 3 stats. There's guile, militance, and reputation. Stealthy shit, fighting shit, and then charismatic shit, so to speak. The Outriders are not guile, or not guileless, they're not key, but they're immensely militant, and they have a decent reputation. So they would specialize in the militants.
I think you can make a argument for some guile, certainly.
To a degree, yeah. That's not to say that they don't stat, but it's just a matter of which one is their most. And then there's also other stats. There's 2 not arbitrary side stats of infrastructure and magic. Because you could be as militant as you want, but you can't get from point A to operation. And then magic is fucking magic because it doesn't follow. Fun fact, in economics, technology follows this. Technology is described as the measure of our ignorance. At least by some economists. Because anything that can't be, in like, demand and supply, anything that can't be explained away from people or capital, like money capital or physical machines, can't explain it to labor or to capital, oh, where does it go? Oh, we just throw it at technology. So anything that's left over is technology. Because we don't know what it is. So that's what magic is for this system. Which is weird because I made this system like 2 months ago. So that's what magic is. It's like, oh, does it not fall under the other shit? Is it? Okay, it's not. So it would basically end up being a percentile system for the grand scale operations. So with whatever stat you're using. So if the stat was your militants, you're at the maximum, and this is your specialization, I think 33. Like, if you're below a 33 flat, it goes without a hitch. Totally fine. And then we're going to do a narrative style system of plus 30 beyond that, so 34 to 63. It gets done, but there's a catch. And then anything 64 and beyond is a failure. Like, it just doesn't get done. So it's meant to be hard, because, like, shit going right can happen, but at the same time, a lot of shit can go wrong, and that being said, I could adjust it to. I'm trying to get it to like a perfect 30, like 33, 32, 33 split. I thought I had that, but actually, if I just increase the base DC threshold. Okay, wait. If I make a stat max 36, and then we add 33 as the threshold for the next tier, I can get to 99. And then, so 1 to 63 is a success for your very fucking... Wait, no, 1 to 36 is automatic success. 1 to 63 is success, but at some point it's like, there's a catch. And then beyond that is just straight failure. Yeah, mixed results, exactly. And so then 64 to 100 failure. Yeah. And then we could have, by the game's system, by other games' rules, a 36 would confer a plus. What is that? Plus.
That's interesting.
Plus 12?
Plus 13?
Plus 13? Yeah, something like that. To a d20 roll by the game system. So that means, in theory, in focused small scale operations, you should, like, if I increase the base DC, that's not fair for like the smaller fair. I suppose it depends entirely on how I. Yeah,
That is my
so
opinion. Yes, it is.
I think you could have different DCs based on the scale of it.
Well, there's obviously that, but this is an immensely narratively based like mechanic. So like the DC would fluctuate immensely, faction to faction, operation to operation. So yeah, as you say, like bigger operations with
Yeah, because like a local operation would be much easier than a regional operation, which would be much easier than a countrywide operation.
Funny you say local and region. That's like I never fully fleshed this out. That's why I'm in flux with it. But I was thinking originally like upon their initial creation, a faction would be designated in terms of their influence capability, and then the first two are local and regional. Then it's provincial, and then it's national. But at the same time, like again, I don't like signing like one of 4 categories. I mean, I guess at some point. So like the Seekers and Slayers are a mostly provincial faction. Here are the Twins. They used to be bigger, but mostly provincial. The Chosan Clock Runners are. I can't even say they're provincial because they go outside the province, but.
The guild is probably like bigger.
Yes. Yeah, like the thing is they operate in multiple cells across different locations. So like is that national because they have a nationwide amount of cells, or does that mean regional, like multiple tiny regions? I don't know. So yeah, it's very weird. And then obviously the size and capability of them at initial creation determines how many D6 stats.
Sorry.
With specialization in one of them.
Just gonna.
And yeah. So that's honestly the main concern I have is like how do effective a faction is when I'm creating them, because I'm going to create a lot, so I have to immediately apply this creation method. I don't know.
Through many hours and blood, sweat, and tears, you shall discover.
Well, the thing is, I only have like one other thing to compare this against. It's like a shit. After having used it, after getting an Excel sheet to do it, I realized how shit it is.
Wah wah. And it's probably shit because it's really fucking hard to do, as you're discovering.
Basically, yeah. So something. Initially, when I was gonna do this, I was gonna divide. But then I was like, that's literally fucking impossible to do. That would be so annoying as I break the fucking twins into like 100 subfields, and I'm like, no, I'd rather fucking die.
There are not counties in this place.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm like, no.
I mean, it's already like, what, like a dozen different locations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 or so? 13,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I count the... Yeah, I count the fair. Because the thing is, like, these factions don't have to be provincial. Faction. And then, obviously, there will be cases of hidden status. Like, some factions aren't... And this would be the use of reputation to, like, find out faction and their operations and stuff like that. That or guile. Depends on, sneaky or diplomatic. But then, yeah, like, hidden factions, like, conspiracy groups, to, like, mostly everyone. Until, by happy chance, they get discovered. Or brought to light by your guys' efforts. It's just a matter of creation, god damn it.
You could always do this. Take the map, print it up, put it on a dartboard, chuck a dart at it, and just be like, that's where the faction is, and they do things.
I don't need to know where the faction is.
I know, but I really didn't have anything else to go with that dart analogy, and I really wanted to use it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I remember I went to, like, back when my fucking tires got slashed, my friend was trying to cheer me up, so he took me to, like, a game. And then I bought some dice there.
Nice.
Made me happy. A little bit. To Yeah, and
He's the main-
I asked the shop owner, like, so you guys have like, because I didn't see it, like, do you guys have D100s? She's like, no, most suppliers don't make that anymore because like they're such like a niche purchase, and plus like they're also impossible. Like, what do you mean? He's like, you need like a like perfectly flat surface, or it just keeps rolling forever. And I'm like, I didn't think of a D100, but that's a good
It's
point.
an orb.
Basically. I was like, yeah, it's really interesting. I didn't think of that. I'm trying to rethink of. It's a percentile system.
Remember, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Well, like a 2 in 3 chance of you succeeding automatically with no problems. 1 in 3 is succeeding with some cause, like some catch, and then 1 in 3 of just failing straight out. But again, there's 2 in 3 of succeeding to some degree. Seems pretty fair to me for like a top. Like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, like, that's like top tier faction. Like, this is their specialized stat, and
This is the shit they're good at.
yeah, this is the shit they're good at. Like, I feel like I should be more like not lenient, but like more fair on.
Maybe.
Because like if you're a fucking local faction, you're endeavors a fucking lot of the time.
Maybe,
So I'm like, no, like you have to be able to survive. If you fail, you're gonna die out. So
maybe instead of... I don't want you to repeat the whole damn thing again, but it's something like they get like a modifier to their like roll to make it like go up or down, and you have to land within like a certain section. Is that how it is again? Or...
yeah, actually, that is.
You could make it like...
there is stuff that I put as in the initial system as a copy from Stars, and I'm stealing this term, assets that you could acquire to aid you in your rolls.
Let me stand up my legs.
So
You could...
if you guys made a tier 15 across all your stats, and I had to begin putting like notable individuals, special groups onto as like assets. Like if like I don't think that's how it would work for like the player faction, because like you guys are obviously immensely independent from the world when you're acting. But if I were like putting Pavel and Duncan as like ex-rogue, well, I guess they still are rogue guard people, would like increase your militants like roles, but like increase like the modifier for or the threshold for them. And having the spy master would help you in guile, stuff like that. So like having important NPCs or important assets, like this is one that would definitely apply. Like a Nevros faction acquiring Weeper's Wake, if it's like a local scale faction, would definitely help, like immensely.
It would
for, like,
upgrade
militants.
them drastically.
Yeah. So I guess like a local faction would have a number of local assets to sort of balance things out. Or would they
But then
not?
you have to keep track of a lot of like very small, minute things.
Well, that is something. That is another point. That is not 100% the intent for this, but it is something like I want to consider. Like you guys are chasing important NPCs, like as your targets. I want the faction to feel their way, or a faction to feel the gain if they get a person to join them. And then the same deal for taking other people's. It's like, oh, you guys had like a trade town with a great, fucking like mine. We took it. So now that really fucking helps us, nerd.
Now we're making a shitload of money.
Yeah, so like it aids infrastructure, it increases military weaponry, stuff like that. What does it matter the dice system at this point?
So,
Because at the end of the day, I need a local to utterly lose against a national faction. Because that's just how it works, 10 dudes with guns versus the entirety of the National Guard, you probably should lose that.
yeah. I mean, you might put up a fight, might grab a couple, but you're gonna lose.
Exactly, so that's why I sort of need to... I need to be... Actually, wait, Oh, I think I might just solve it. Okay.
Ooh, nifty.
I can keep the system of the D100 system, maximum of 36, because when factions fight each other, hopefully, if Civil War breaks out, this grand move system, but hopefully, when the factions go against each other, they won't be so immensely overt. I take the entirety of my faction and throw it against the entirety of your faction, sort of deal. So I won't need to use the D100 of the grand operations. I can use the D20 of the field operations. And in that, a small faction will automatically have a lower attribute than the big faction. Because a big faction have like a max of fucking 36 and can hit that point versus a small faction which could hit 36, but since they're small, they don't have the number. They don't have the rolls to hit that at all.
Like the best they're gonna get is like 20 or something on a prayer.
Yeah, it'd be like me allowing you 6d6 drop the 1 in wisdom, but a 2d6 drop the lowest 1 in intelligence. You know, it's like you can literally only hit up to 6 for intelligence, but you have a fuck ton more capability of going and being at a higher point for wisdom. So I think that would be the case here of if a faction decides to fight on the same turf, which is another point, is like the fact they don't have to fight on the same like field. Like a group fighting with the militant stat, like one fist fighting against like the special watch, which are pretty fucking sneaky. The special watch can reciprocate the combat in stealth with assassins and shit like that. Or they can call upon some contacts in the area, reputation. So in that way, the defending side can automatically just sort of choose their best. I mean, both sides can choose their best stat, obviously. The bigger faction will just have an increased modifier flat out. But they still have a chance to lose. Still have a chance. And then that just makes things interesting. So,
it's a very small chance, but that's what makes the interesting stories.
Exactly. And it's not like one fight, well, unless it's like the literal final fight, but it's not like each fight is going to determine the fate, the end all death or life of a faction. It's more like asset recovery. And then if the big faction wants some shit back, they can just attack. And then since statistically they should win, even if they lost that one time, statistically the next time they should win and regain their asset from the small faction. Versus like a big faction going against a big faction might be too much back and forth that neither side is willing to push or whatever.
Yeah, like Nevros versus Hilllands, it's just like they're two big factions that are just butting heads constantly.
Exactly. So, like, at some point, it will just be a waste of resources and time when you can be doing other shit that's helpful for your organization to still be fighting each other.
Mm-hmm. But then you have the players come in and win Weeper's Wake, find some random people in the forest that have information, yada yada.
Exactly. Like, then individual events occur. That's the point of field operations.
Mm-hmm.
And then grand operations are sort of just across the faction, cross-factional information gathering, stuff like that. Yeah, okay, I think this works. So D20 for faction conflict. Bigger side should
I'm
win.
gonna be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
You do that, do 100 for grand operations and cross-factional inquiries, espionage.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Typey.
Yep. Okay, well, I guess literally with that, this is ready to be tested. So which faction to make first, I guess?
Make it something shitty and unimportant, so that if it goes bad, you could just toss them out the window.
Well, here's the thing. There needs to be multiple players on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll inevitably need to make multiple. I mean, oh wait, shit! I didn't get to the fuck. I figured out the dice. I didn't figure out the other problem of how do you decide how many dice to roll for creation.
Oh. What are the levels of factions? It's like local, provincial, national.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not sure if I want to go if like it's local, provincial, and national. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I just want to give them size categories because again, like in the case of the Chill Sands, they don't operate in one central unit. They operate across multiple provinces. But does that make them provincial because they operate across multiple provinces? Does that make them national because they operate across multiple provinces? Or does that make them regional because each cell only affects their individual region? Like, which one is it then? So
I guess the question you need to ask yourself is, can they access power from other regions?
They can, so therefore... No. Okay, I'm not saying the Chosen Clockers are a national thing, though. Yeah, so yeah, leads back to the idea, like, what determines how many dice, mechanically, how many dice they get to roll for their stats upon initial creation. Like, after initial creation, this is all fucking easy. Stats, by putting effort in, they can get assets to improve their modifiers further past that. Like, yeah, like, easy, but...
The easiest option would be, like, maybe have them have similar amount of dice, but just have the dice scaling. Like, if they're a smaller organization, they have smaller, like a D4, for example, and the higher ones have, like, D8s or D10s or something. And there's, like, variance in numbers of dice.
Something you could do, you could assign, like, a value for each person, or a rough approximation for person, a value for a small asset, and a value for a big asset. And then put those together and figure out where you want it to be from there. So if they have, like, 10,000 people, well, that's a really big organization.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there are some factions which, like, I honestly don't know their size, and I sort of don't want to think about it. Because,
well, I mean, you could use that.
I try to reactionary to create though. At times.
I guess you could do that up to like a maximum point value.
Good.
Like, say there you have 200 available points for assets, 200 available points for people, 200 available points for, I don't know, technology or magic, however you want to define it, and then use that as a rough approximation of these are going to be their starting stats.
That a point-by system. That'd be interesting. It would definitely put the hands of creation much more like specifically. So between actually that might work. Between the three stats, each of them can be 30, with one of them being a 36 as the specialty stat. 33, I mean, being the specialty stat. So as a total, for the best possible faction ever, you would need a total of 93 points. So that's the best. Like, they literally have every fucking stat maxed out.
But you could say that's like the royalty, like the provincial rulers.
Yeah, I was thinking, no, actually, these would be probably the best ones because they've been around for eternity. The Fey Courts. The Fey Courts would probably... They have the military power, they have the sneaky power, and they have a...
Yeah.
So I think then, yeah, like perhaps the fairy courts are probably like the best. I mean, they've been around for eternity, right? So they've had plenty of time to bulk their numbers.
You say the gods are
Or
a
plenty of
faction,
time
but
to
in the
lose
end,
No, gods are independent. Well, this until they make their own factions.
nifty.
I will tell you, your little, your targets are in their own faction, and I will make them, and that'll be great. And as I told you, each of their VIPs, people I will add as assets faction onto their stats, and then that way they'll actually literally feel when they lose people. Okay, that's the case then. Okay, now I'm a bit more okay with not arbitrarily. That's not. I mean, it's sort of is correct, but oh fuck, I'm going to use it because I think of any better words. Arbitrarily labeling people of local, regional, provincial, national, because in the end they're just going to spend the points however they wish, anyways. So I guess the best way we know the best takes 90 to fully pump out their stats. What would bottom bitch have? Let's
I
see.
mean,
A single
you think
default.
about like a local town guard.
Yeah.
Probably like
Yeah.
a 10 in military, a 2 in guile,
A spell
a
sword.
3 in 5 in reputation.
I was gonna say
Self-sword.
6 just to keep even numbers.
Sure.
I might make it a 4 in guile just to give them a flank.
Sure. I mean, yeah, they have investigators.
Influence.
Yeah, so
Town
so
itself.
20 for bottom bitch, that gets recording a note, and 93 for top dog. I just realized it's bottom bitch and top dog. That's fucking
Nah.
brilliant. Yeah, so
Fits.
evenly dividing this between 4 categories. Okay, so what's the numbers in between? That's 73. 73 from 93 minus 20. Yeah, 73. So if we have 20 as okay, I guess there's only three ways to divide this thing because there's only national. So 20 is for local. We'll just say that arbitrarily. 20 is local, like again as you said, like the town guard of like a decent, not a city guard, but a town guard.
The oh shit, Arnold.
No, like North Ren's town guard.
Yeah, and like North Friend's town guard.
Oh.
I would assume Tyrmir's would be bigger.
Tyrmir's is bigger, yeah, and this is sort of the brilliance of it. 20 is like the bare bottom, bottom bitch. It can still increase and still be local without having to cross that regional status. So like for Tyrmir, they might have like a 30 or something, so they have a bit more room, but they haven't hit like whatever decider threshold we have for regional, which might be like, I don't know, 40 or something. Yeah, that's really good then. Thank you all. Thank you both, by the way, for helping me with this. This has been troubling me for months. To be fair, though, I haven't been thinking about it the last 2 weeks. So, bottom tier of local, we'll say 20. We have 73 to clear through before we get to the best of the national. Again, it's the best of the national. So I guess we shouldn't be comparing bottom threshold to top threshold. We're just comparing bottom threshold to bottom threshold. So what number would we assign to bottom threshold of national? Like 80? 80?
I'm trying to get the concept of bottom threshold. That meaning like it's the worst case scenario of failure?
No. This is for like the stats. Like so, these numbers, the 20 is the 20 points they can spend between their 3 stats. So guile, militant, rep. The max of any stat is 36, and that's their specialty stat.
I thought it was 33.
But no, it's 36.
Okay.
No, wait, you're right. 33. I'm retarded. It adds to 63. But yeah, 33. And like you can put 0 in a stat. That's fine, but that just means you automatically lose every engagement another faction decides to deal you in.
Luckily,
yeah,
since 99 is the max, right?
93 is the max for stats. So 30,
Okay.
30, and 33 respectively for the specialty. and then it's a D100 roll for. Actually, well,
I would
Yeah.
I would say 70 because
70?
70 is one. If you break it up, every 23 points or every 23 and a half points is a fourth of 93.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
what the numbers I was trying. So it'll be 70. Is it 73
Yes.
or 70?
70 plus, and you're on the national scale.
70 plus. So 70 to 93 is the national scale on the top dogs. So this is like Royal Guard. Royal Guard has relatively capable militants and reputation, and they're so able to drop Guile as a dump stat because they work in conjunction with the Watch, and then the Watch can drop a bit of its militant stat, keep its reputation a bit low because honestly, like it's like a middle ground for reputation, but they could drop stat because they have the Royal Guard.
Yeah.
And then the two working together make one fucking powerhouse.
Oh man, you could even give them a special ability where, like, when in an engagement, you roll a 1d3, and if you get a 3, both factions are together.
That would be something interesting. That's I break each move down into two categories: strategic and field. And strategic's bigger, field is smaller. For like a strategic thing, yeah, I could definitely just roll that, and then it's just like, you know, you thought you were just fighting the Watch, but then the Watch called in some favors. Now you got the Royal Guard. Obviously, that's not the case right now because the Royal Guard is stuck in the capital. But later,
Called in some favors. Cedric Valeska showed up. Maybe.
the Guild is a separate faction.
Yeah.
So 70 to 90. That's what I suppose let's work top down. So 70 to 93 would be for national, and then 69. What number to 69 would be provincial at that point?
46 to 69.
46. Can't type. 46 to 69. Okay. And then 20 to 45 would be regional. Wait. Did I do this wrong? Oh, we do need to divide by 4. Because it's local, there's local, then there's regional, and then there's national.
0 to 23 would be local. 24 to 46, regional.
Well, no, I want 20 to be like the bottom, like literal minimum amount.
Okay. So yeah, that'd be, let's see, so 93. So you'd be working with 73 points.
Yeah, 73 points divided into.
So every 18 would be.
So 20 to 38, and then 39 to.
So 75 to 93.
75 to 93.
57 to 74.
57 to 74.
And then 39 to that last number, which I forgot.
56 now.
And
then 20 to 38. Okay. Then yeah. Yeah. I did give it, perhaps. Okay. And then I suppose at this point it's just a matter of you just, for some randomness between the factions, you just roll 1d18 plus whatever the minimum threshold is.
yeah, that could work.
Yeah, so for a regional, it'd be just a 1d18 plus minimum of 39, maximum of 56. And then if you're a national thing, you automatically just have fucking 75 points, even if you roll 1. Or you might be fucking god tier and get 18 and then be like ready to fuck shit up.
Are you gonna have like critical failures or success for the system or no? I think they
I
just
didn't hear what you
make it
said. Oh, but I will. I'm thinking about it. I'm wondering because again, this 20 to 93 are the points to divide between your stats, and then in the way your characters have a 1 to a 20. Well, I guess it can't be a 1. It's a 3 to a 20 or whatever, 3 to 18, whatever, with a 20 max, and then you guys get assigned a modifier for that. These factions will have the same thing. So, and I did check. Yeah, it is a plus 13 out of 36. So if a faction is doing something on the small scale in a field operation, they'll have a plus 13 on it to a D20, which means that we could use critical failures and successes in the field operations. I think. I mean, I guess in technicality we could have a both strategic and big and small, because rolling a nat 1 on a 100 or rolling a natural 100 on it's pretty fucking 1% chance, right?
It's pretty insane.
We've had it happen like 3 times.
That's very true.
Shit.
So that's 3 times over almost a year.
Yes. But to be fair, like, it is a disproportionate amount of rolls I roll versus a D20. If this was a percentile game system, like in some Warhammer 40k systems, they're like, I think all of those are percentile based. Then yeah, I remember the first roll I did, I rolled a fucking 1, and it was like I killed the big bad evil guy in my player's campaign in my first session with, and then I wasn't friends with him yet, but I just met him at the time. It was my first significant game ever, and then I did it, and I didn't even know what I was fucking doing because it was my first time. It was my second time role playing, like doing role play stuff, and I was trapped in this guy's prison for like decades. This is Warhammer, so people live a long time if they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've been stuck here for decades, like under his torture. Can I get like a roll to see like I'm fucking sick of, because I'm a space marine?
What level of pissed off and insta death can you get?
Yeah, I was like, can I just roll just to see? And he's like, if you roll below a 10, sure. And I rolled a natural, and then similar to our luck system, lower is better. And then I did it. I killed him because he was a pithy ass dude. He just had a lot, but his magic doesn't work on me because I was so fucking mad. And then
so what you mean to say is you killed the big bad's lieutenant?
Aha!
Ah, yes, of course. Basically, the thing is, like, the game ended up getting canceled after like 3. This was like right before the school year started. I think like nearly everyone was a student, so they just ended up schedule-wise just falling through the cracks. So yeah,
man. So I'm thinking about like these one-shot type things, and I'm like, I know one that Fred would definitely want to be a part of,
which is
going to get ore from the dwarfs.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, like, I will give the disclaimer that you're not necessarily going into the dwarven lands for this. Like, trade from non-dwarves to dwarves happens at like the precipice of surface hitting underground. It's like in a Dragon Age Origins, where there's like that big entry room area.
Yeah,
you have to go through in order to get to the city. It's like that, except like much larger, to the point where it's like a literal.
You have all the traders outside of the tag.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, well, the city, or at least a passageway to the deeper city in this world, because they don't build the city like, just right fucking there. It's much deeper. But like the passageway is right there, but you're not allowed there. You're allowed in this like DMZ room, basically. Like South Korea.
Dude, I swear the dwarfs had the best freaking like culture in Dragon Age.
They did, yeah. I sort of like this. The fucking, what the fuck are they called? The elves that are like wild.
Dalish.
Dalish, that's it, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's cool, right? But you guys are just... It's like me and the Nevros in this game. And it's like, yeah, you guys are just losers. Right? I stop being... Do whatever you want. But yeah, the dwarves, I like their culture and everything.
It's definitely... I enjoy it.
I guess, as you guys want to be, like, help me test subject this? Like,
sure.
Right now? You guys can make your own factions.
Neat.
As in the factions you start on. You want me to roll for you? Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, we're
right.
Although, I did have one thing, because I just thought of this. Because I wrote down on the list of things, because You know what? Let's start out with this question instead of having me yammer and lose information. How advanced is Marshall's like blacksmithing, quote unquote?
I mean, I got like a +8.
I'd say that's pretty fucking solid. Is that just like, is his specialty just in like weaponry, or is it in weaponry and armor? I'm assuming mostly weaponry.
He has been working on a set of armor for himself.
Oh, okay. That could work out. Because one of the things on my list is like make essentially like a sort of hazmat suit to go under our armor. So if we go into the town, we don't die.
That's not like a blacksmithing thing, my dude. That's...
Yeah, I figured, but I thought I would ask that. But I was thinking feasibly, you could shoot this down, but feasibly, since Chenmir has like medium armor master, that means she understands how it works. She wouldn't be able to make it. Combined with Marshall and maybe some tailor in town, they could work together as like a side thing to try for that. Feasibly.
I will tell you, because you guys are probably gonna investigate anyway, so it's just you two anyways. Whole party. The vector of transmission sickness is airborne, so yeah, it will literally be
practically
impossible.
unavoidable. Yeah.
Yeah.
With modern technology, it'd be hard as fuck. Anyways.
But it's not airborne's not the right it's vapor borne.
So
that makes sense.
Liquids and gases.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Okay.
I'll probably end up giving I guess one of your characters might. I don't mind. Give you some bonus points for the party. Those shades that you killed when they exploded and had like that black gas. Yeah, it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Makes sense.
It's like you breathed it in. That doesn't mean that it spreads through the air. It eventually will like, sort of fade into nothingness unless there's a constant stream of it, like in town. But
a literal stream.
But yeah. But if you walk into the cloud, then you yourself, sort of deal. And in the case of the shades, which going back to way back when you guys were talking about the shades and like their mechanics, that was the design purpose of the shades. They were meant to be suicide bombers and affect people. So imagine if you are not a PC, you're just a normal wayward guard, you had to deal with these threats, you get infected, and you don't have the ability to sense the mark, and then you literally just have a cool tattoo all of a sudden. And your eyes are now their eyes, and your ears are now their ears.
And you're a wayward guard.
Exactly. So you see how, like, a surgical attempt it was to control the infrastructure of the twins, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It was very
Suddenly, if... I'm not saying the Nevros would have gotten access to this, because Scorpius is an asshole, he doesn't care about sites. He just happens to be Nevros, and it's just happened to be easier to manipulate. Anyways, if you were someone trying to navigate around the road of the twins, and you know you're the most evil thing in the night, so therefore you don't care if you travel at night or not, well, suddenly dodging the wayward guard just got immensely easier when you had their fucking real-time locations to track and dodge. So yeah, that was the point of their shades. Like, it was an immensely easy fight because they were meant to die.
Yeah. They weren't the threats. What they could do is...
Exactly. And then everything else aside from that, like the stuns and stuff like that, were just, how to say, red herrings. They're distractions.
Because they went away eventually.
Yeah, they went away eventually, which is the ultimate point. We don't want to kill the target. We just want to give them the taste of death, give them a little scare. They'll be happy to live their life. Thing that's now in the end.
I remember in the fight, you were saying, oh yeah, they have really shit damage or something like that, or like really low chance to hit, and you'll make it sound like a bad thing. Was that fucking on purpose?
Yes.
You... Hold on, I'm getting a call. From Georgia. You bitch, by the way. Anyways.
Yeah, no, that's... As I said, I designed those guys for wayward guardsmen to encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Not you guys. Obviously, it sort of helps out. But because, yeah. And the effects of the shades onto you guys wasn't intended for you, but it had just such a generally vaguely, like, automatically beneficial effect that, obviously still helped whoever was on the other side.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly why I threw them at you guys. And there was plenty of chance that you guys wouldn't notice them.
Oh yeah, no. If we weren't provoked, we probably wouldn't have noticed that for a fair
Yeah,
bit.
this is why.
Except for
I
on
asked,
Marshall, that might have been the one thing we saw.
No, that's sort of the thing. Is like why I asked way back, like how accustomed is Marshall to like magical effects like being afflicted onto him, like from weapons and stuff like that? Because this is a magical effect. And then I had you roll for observing yourself and observing Tala, because I figured like as a mentor you'd check on the stats of your student, and you failed.
Oop, he's dead.
Okay, bye. And he did fail. So yeah, there was plenty of chance you guys wouldn't have noticed the mark until it's too late, and then it would have been an entirely different mission trying to get or gain them on.
I think Vukan gets a stranglehold on the mark of Winter that Chittimir has. That could have been interesting. Could still be interesting, maybe. If we get infected again.
Well, again, the infection of Dove Rose is different.
Yeah. But like if we get infected by this similar thing again. Anyways.
Yeah, it's a matter of because the Seeker's methodology for detecting it. We're detecting sickness, we're detecting void. Obviously, there's a lot of different fucking things from the void, as you guys have all seen at this point. So, sort of just picking one and picking the root of it doesn't mean you get the end result is the same one. So, yeah. Also, get rid of this. You don't need that red circle.
I'm trying to think. I think Chittimir could figure out the river thing. Okay, what did I write down?
What do you mean the river thing?
You made a comment of just like, oh hey, the disease is going through the river, or whatever. I like.
It's vapor. It's vapor.
Yeah, vapor.
It's not. That doesn't mean it goes into water, and it is because of its magical nature. It does go away. Like it doesn't die. It just sort of fades out of existence. So like again, like the thunder and the noise from whatever thunderstep I think it was called. Yeah. Just
the magic dissipates.
exactly. So yeah, if you want Chittimir to make that connection, go ahead. I don't care.
I think she could because it's just. I literally wrote down the sentence "dead body upriver." So like the idea of like you don't check up the river around the corner and there's a dead body that infects the water you just drank, kind of idea.
Well, another thing is you can also make the assumption from specimens they've contained. Mm-hmm. Like the ones that just sort of spew out fizzling pus and stuff like that.
Gross.
And then you'll notice that the pus is not like normal, and it's not the thing it dissipates into isn't normal looking either.
Yeah. Studying the disease is definitely it's like the third thing on this list, so she'd probably figure that out.
Well, the other thing is you guys aren't necessarily reading information. The Seekers can tell you this information.
Oh, cool.
Like they can't contain the specimens in the fucking city hall, keeping the sickness in there. Yeah.
Also,
so,
I guess
investigating isn't on you guys. What are you saying?
I guess we're not gonna test the stuff. Well, we could just like test it between you and me if you want.
Yeah, you can make the hunters watch.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. You should play music in the background because the quiet is
Okay, fine.